Hey YouTube, a new potential meta breaking Pokemon, but not with the current moveset. So we're going to go over why it could be potentially one of the strongest Pokemon in the Great League meta, but not with the current charge moves that PvPoke has given, not PvPoke, but like the game has given it. So let's go over this event. Tinkaton make its smashing debut. Talk about a few things here, which is not important to us, but what is important to us that time to celebrate. The following Pokemons first discovered in the Paldea region make their debut: Tinkaton, Tinkatuff, and Tinkaton. So you can evolve those. Here's some eggs, 7-kilometer eggs. The Tinkaton is in the 7-kilometer eggs. After the event ends, Tinkaton may hatch from the 10-kilometer eggs. So it looks like, if I remember, yeah, you're only going to get this from the 7-kilometer eggs, which, you know, start hunting. Love egg-locked Pokemon. But yes, it is worth getting for now. But again, you don't need it immediately, and I'll tell you why in a second. More Go rocket balloons. Half hatch when eggs are put in. Increased chance to encounter shiny Pikachu wearing caps and shiny Floragato wearing a hat with Lyco's pin. So yeah, if you're a shiny hunter and specifically costume shiny hunter, it seems like this is an event for you. Surprise encounter with characters and Pokemon seen in Pokemon Horizons when you take a snapshot. Okay. Cool. I'll have to try to remember to take snapshots. Wild Pokemon: Quagsire, Shuckle, Slugma, Nosepass, Snorunt. Wow, Snorunt. Sprigatito, Fuecoco, Quaxley, and Palmy. I think I got most of those right. And some trainers may even encounter Pikachu wearing a cap hat. I will, because for some reason, I'm not a shiny hunter. I don't care about shinies. Whenever there is a Pikachu with a cap, I get the shiny. I don't know why. I have if you look at my shinies, it's just like I got like a few Pidgeys. If you want to know why, it's in an old video. I'll talk about it again one day. And then there's like 25 Pikachus wearing all different like costumes. I don't know why I get so many of them. Anyway, so I'll probably get this one without even trying. Pikachu wearing the hat will learn Volt Tackle. 90 power. Again, Pikachu just is... I don't even need to look it up. It's not a great Pokemon to use. Pikachu, Chansey, Rockruff in 1-stars. Charizard, Amok, Metagross, and Floragato in 3 stars. Yada, 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 yada. Okay, so this Pokemon's ranking is not on PvPoke yet, but it is in the battle section. And the battle section is very interesting breakdown here, because look at this stat distribution. I'll stop calling it. I always call it stat product, but it's distribution. 105 attack, 141 defense, 143 stamina, 2132 overall. So again, 3 things that make this Pokemon strong, like make a Pokemon relevant in GBL. Stat product. First part, stat product, fantastic. Like top tier stat product. Low defense, both high defense and stamina, over 2100. Overall stat product. This is a fantastic stat product. Fairy and Steel. You're not going to see it in here because this doesn't go over the resistances. I'll talk about I'll go back to Quagsire in a second. But if we go to Mawile, which also has that same Steel Fairy typings, only 2 weaknesses, Ground and Fire. But then, oh yeah, triple resisting Dragon, double resisting Bug, single resisting Rock, Psychic, Poison, Normal, Ice, Grass, Flying, Fairy, and Dark. So when you can have 2 weaknesses and Fire is basically irrelevant in the Great League. So basically only real 1 weakness that you really need to worry about and resist so many. Again, stat product. No, sorry, stat distribution, typing. This thing is set to be a beast, and it already has a great fast move. Fairy Wind, fantastic fast move. But unfortunately, Niantic has killed it with its charge moves. Bulldoze and Heavy Slam are the recommendation. The other options are Play Rough and Heavy and Flash Cannon. So 4 almost completely, I won't call them useless moves, but absolutely terrible moves for just the meta in general and just bad moves overall. I don't think I did this, but let's just bring this up just to give you an idea of how bad these are. So what do we have? Bulldoze, Heavy Slam. So we go Bulldoze, Heavy Slam, Flash Cannon, and Play Rough. Did I spell that wrong? Or can you only do... And I did not put the comma in correctly. Okay, so here are all the moves. And again, first thing you should notice, the shortest move is 45, and it is a pathetic 1 damage per energy in Bulldoze. So 45 energy, 45 damage, only 1 damage per energy. That is pathetic. The next closest move you have is 50, which we're already getting into high energy moves, right? 35 is the quickest, 40, 45. So when you're already at 50, you're already in sort of like way down range here. And if we have a 50 for 70 for 1.4 damage, and then Play Rough is 60 for 90, 1.5, and then 70 for 110. If you're going up to 60 and 70 damage, you want like 1.8, 1.9 damage per energy up at this range here. Maybe like 1.8. Like if you're down at 1.5, 1.57, this high up, it's terrible. 1.4 here is terrible. So they absolutely put the ball and chain on this thing to not let this thing loose. Because Fairy Wind is a fantastic fast charging move, but these 4 moves that it gave are absolutely pathetic. So do you want to try and get this Pokemon? Absolutely. This Pokemon is... when other content creators put this Pokemon's 1 move away from being meta, this Pokemon is 2 charge moves away from being this Pokemon is 2 charge moves away from being broken. It is 1 charge move away from being meta. I think you can get by with Play Rough because you get same type attack bonus on this as well. So this will be like a 60 for 108, which is not bad. And you got Fairy Wind, so it's a fast energy move. So you can get by with that. But you can't get by with 2 moves like this. So if 1 new charge move comes in, it's going to be meta. If 2 new charge moves come in, it's going to be broken. So this is one definitely to keep our eye on. We'll go from there. Anyways, I put out... if you go to the win-loss, even right now, 21 and 26 with a 485, like that is, for having 2 moves that suck, that is still pretty good. You know, Guzzlord, Carbink, Crest, Wiggly, Primeape, Mandibuzz, Weezing. These are some good meta wins already. Azumarill, Superior, Ferret, Sableye, Ariados. Like, this thing may even have play. Again, I think it just could be better. Where are your main losses? Again, ground for fire. There's Talonflame, Skeledirge. Yeah, there's some, but not a ton. But ground, there is Marowak, Claydol, Gastrodon. Fortress, we don't need to worry about. Quagsire for Alligator. Clodsire, Golisopod, Jellicent, yes. Grumpig, yep. Diggersby, yep. For Alligator, yep. So there's a lot of like some of the main meta here that you will see. But you know, you have some good wins. So I don't want to completely dismiss it because there are some good wins here. And I think it's just that your bulk is fantastic and Fairy Wind is such a fast charging move. And that you have so many resistances, right? Because you resist all these dark moves and stuff like this because you're Fairy and stuff. And then you resist everything on Jump Off because you're Steel. So I think it just has a lot of play just based on its the 2 of the 3, right? So that's why I said, like, if you give it a good moveset, this 21-26 is going to turn into something stupid like a 30 and 18 or at 9. Yeah, 30 and 17, 30 and 18, somewhere around there. So yeah, quite strong. Anyways, spent a lot of time on that, but I think it's worth it. Other Pokemon out there, Quagsire, you can get the non-Shadow 150. You know, most people are using Gastrodon at this point, but Quagsire does still have some play. You know, Stone Edge gives you that coverage that that Gastrodon always struggles with when you get a flyer, because you just have to go non-stat Body Slam, and it's always so bad because Earth Power's the other one. So having Stone Edge here for coverage is fantastic. And the rest of the Pokemon are really just like niche plays, right? Magcargo, not anything I don't want to use in the Open Great League, but in, I think, maybe Love Cup and one other cup, Magcargo is worth getting. So Magcargo, definitely one worth grabbing to hold on to. And again, that I should actually talk about their, I was going to say baby versions. Quagsire is actually just straight out there, but Slugma is your Magcargo there. And then we have Florges or Glalie, and Frostlass or Glalie, or Glalie? I don't even, Glalie maybe? Glalie? I don't know how to pronounce this. But I do know that this Pokemon has play in, what is this? Battle Frontier. Because I'm in the meta for this, and it is a top Pokemon. Roll out Avalanche Shadow Ball. Again, I'm going to use it in the Open Great League Frostlass is always a dominant in limited cups. Now running Hex, so Hex fast charging and now a little bit more damage. So Avalanche is coming at 12 very quick. Frostlass, fun, good Pokemon to use, but again, not in the open meta right now. That is nothing for some reason. Is there anything else on this list that we need to talk about? No, there's not. No. Some people, no. I don't care. Yeah, the rest of them are not worth your time, quite honestly. So yeah, are we gonna hunt? Am I gonna hunt this Pokemon? I have so many rare candies that I can just dump a bunch of rare candies in if I get one. And I'm almost lucky. This is just side talk for Dan. I'm almost lucky that I don't egg hunt because I don't use my incubators. I use my free almost 98% of the time that I'm playing. I'm only playing with my free incubator going. So I have amassed, not through purchases or anything, just through like just natural gaining of them through events and stuff. I've got probably like, and a couple people who bought me the pass for the monthly pass when getting a free one was, I have like 68 one-time incubators and like 40 something 3 times, or like the super incubators. So I have incubators that I could use for this. Man, I hate egg hatching one. But I'm pretty sure they said half egg. Yeah, so you know, it's half distance, so 3.5 kilometers, run 9 at a time, try and hatch it in the first one, and then use rare candies. That's probably what I'm going to do. But again, I don't know how many incubators you have, or if you spend money on the game or not. But that might be my my play. But that is it. So yeah, definitely worth getting. Hope this was helpful. Master League, and so we're gonna definitely cover some Spring Cup and Master League. I've got an old Master League from, not old, but like earlier this season. So we're gonna have a Spring Cup. We're gonna have a Master League team. And then we're going to have some fun just because I'm going away for Easter and it's my 4-year anniversary of this channel on Friday. So we're going to just do a fun video there. And we're going to do, if you watched my video yesterday morning, I got so confused at the moveset on Mantine. I thought it was like, what is it? Astonish doing super effective to Jellicent? But it turns out to be Bullet Seed because, you know, a flying water Pokemon has access to Bullet Seed. So I just want to do like a fun, stupid video about like, these moves are crazy. Because again, like, what are you going to do? Watch Master League or Spring Cup for a second week? No. So we'll do some of them. We'll do an event coverage if there's an event coverage that we need to cover, which I don't think there is. And then we'll do some of these fun ones just to wrap up this week. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.